That's just what the flowers need. It don't cost a thing.
Are you worried about mildew?
There's nothing to be done.
This is bad town.
We need this rain. At least the fish will perk up.
Earned 1 degree, and another. Gave up on the 3rd degree. Managed a PhD. But look at me now. I'm hitting trees with an axe.
You have 1 message.
I never believed that night runners were real. Fairy tales, yeah,
Do we have time to fix it?
come over.
I'm not. Playing grand drag. But I see. That's the one.
Sometimes I wake up at night for...
Aiden?
Yeah.
Steve just rolled in. He's in the main room with a deck of cards, scrawling his name on the jokers.
Sweet weapon you got there, Aiden. Is it new?
Yeah.
Can't let...
So, you ready to talk history now?
I can try.
Good. Let's start with one of the defining moments of our history. A tragic event that had such an impact, it still defines how the city looks today. Here goes. What event went down in history as Black Monday?
That would be the chemical strikes on the city 11 years ago.
Correct. On January 6th, 2025, at 0800 hours, the Butcher, Colonel Williams, decided to use a newly discovered chemical compound, the THV Gen Mod, to stop infection. Hope of reclaiming control of the city turned to tragedy. Millions of residents were killed. It also caused terrifying mutations of the infected, turning them into what we now call specials. The chemicals are still active today. Don't get near them. I mentioned the March Massacre before. Any clue what happened on this day?
The army killed 64 civilians protesting against weapons confiscation.
You actually have been paying attention. This is correct. This shooting was the beginning of escalation of riots in the city, which finally led to the fall of General Pratt and Colonel Williams taking over. The army confiscated all the guns and ammo, It all started there, south of Houndfield, by the monument of the World Art Congress. The last question. Let's go for a moment out of Villador, taking a global perspective. Before mutating, THV was simply known as Haran virus. Haran is where it all started. But do you remember when the Haran events happened?
In early spring, 2014.
Bravo! I'm impressed, young man. Indeed. The virus emerged during Haran's Global Athletic Games in 2014 and went dormant after the city was quarantined. It was subsequently turned into an exclusion zone by the GRE. I remember those would-be games. I even took a week off to watch them. My country had many medal prospects. No one expected it would become hell on Earth. But that's the part everyone knows and never talks about, since it's what caused the fall. I commend you on your knowledge, young man. Never stop seeking more. And never forget, we're always just a few burning history books away from darkness. Here's a small token of my appreciation. Should teach you a bit about one of my favorite parts of the city, the catacombs.
I am in so much pain. I thought that was the end of the line. Thank you.
Whenever Matt walks into the canteen, Juan gets up and leaves. Seriously.
She's still seeing that. Oh yeah. Talk to me, son. Okay, Paul. Come on, use the brains God gave you. Figure this out.
You got a problem?
Yeah, but too dangerous to pull anyone else into.
Come on, just out with it already.
Okay, have a seat. I'll tell you the whole story. My name's Paul. I run a damn good scavenger team. Me and Daisy are in charge. Her son Fitz is our second. Recently, some assholes moved into our territory, trying to push us out. Avery and Francis. You heard of them? No. Well, they're bad fucking news. Daisy went to talk to him to be neighborly. Our neighbors beat her and broke her hand. It could have been worse. Even after that, we were willing to talk. I mean, we're not fighters. So Fitz took the crew with him for another meeting yesterday. They never came back. And I don't know what to do. I need to find them. I need to know what happened.
I see. Okay, I can take a look. Where do I start?
You're a godsend. The team must have left from our staging area. Back in the day, it was called the Incubate Building near Goldstone Loans. The signs are still up, so you shouldn't have trouble finding it. Just take a look. I'll make it worth your while. Promise.
I'll check it out, and we'll see.
Wake up at night and forget the fall even happened. It's about the only time I smile.
Come on, tell me more.
Then I see the guy.
Ader? Is that you?
Hello, Pilgrim. This is my son. Oh yeah, this is Aiden.
I think we met when your dad was sick. How's it going, oh yeah?
Get lost.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that. He's having a hard time. A lot's changed for us.
And what happened?
You see, Patricia and I have separated. And once I've recovered, the first thing I wanted to do was get that Sorry, kid, cover your ears.
You mean that motherfucking Waltz? You've cursed like that 100 times in front of me.
Yeah, him. Patricia had asked me not to. But I wanted revenge on Waltz for killing my men, for killing Lucas. And him escaping punishment, you know?
Did you get him?
Nah. A few days after I was walking again, I started looking for him. And Patricia pleaded with me, but... When I returned home after a few days, I found it empty. Patricia had moved out and taken the boys with her. Most of their things were gone. All I found was a letter. Just a few words, really. Apparently, while I was stationed in Old Villador, Patricia had made contact with her ex-husband. I've no idea what she saw in a stuffy old teacher.
He's only our teacher. Jeez, Dad.
Oh, yeah. Look, I know you're only trying to protect your mother. Although, to be fair, they aren't living together. I don't know what's going on.
Mum left because she was tired of it all. She'd had enough.
Yeah, that's true. More than enough, I suppose. Uncertainty, fear for me. Wondering whether I'd come back alive. But now I've only got one goal. To get my family back.
I know how you feel. Sometimes, in our rush toward our goals, we forget about the people around us.
You've been running around, looking for someone this whole time, haven't you?
Yes, my sister. Waltz may know something about her.
I hope you don't lose yourself. Like I have. Patricia won't talk to me. Or yeah, well, you can see for yourself. Only my youngest gives me the time of day. I'm teaching him how to handle weapons. But being with them makes me stronger.
I won't take any more of your time. I wish you the best, Ader.
Wait. Remember Lazarus? It's a solid weapon. And it's unlikely to be of any use to me anymore. I was supposed to kill Waltz with it. You do it for me.
You can bet I will. Bye, Oyer.
Get lost.
So, this card belong to you?
Well, it sure does. Where'd you find it? How may I serve you?
Well, you can serve me by telling me what you know of Bart and Andy.
Never heard of them. Even if I had, I take client confidentiality very seriously.
And I take finding them very seriously.
How seriously?
Stop fucking with me. You want something for the info? Say it. Wasn't asking for charity.
Well, that changes everything. Okay, I'll tell you what you need to know.
But?
But you gotta do something for me in return. First.
Yeah, like what?
Like? Oh, I don't know. Oh, give me a sec. I want to come up with something good.
If you're just gonna waste my time,
Hold up. Okay, almost got it. Yes. I know what you need to do. You gotta sing.
Excuse me?
You look like you got a set of pipes on you. Let's hear you belt one out. Ballad, upbeat number, doesn't matter to me. Ooh, I know. Rap.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oh, okay, well, if you want me to tell you about Bart, then you'll do it.
That's ridiculous.
Judging by your reaction, might be therapeutic. You got the music in you. Let it out.
You can't be serious.
Last chance to get what you want. Rap like no one's listening. Although everyone in this place most certainly will be.
Fine. I'll do it.
Fuck me, people will always complain. We're alive, and that's what counts.
Let's see if you can lay it down. Talk to me, bro.
Let me rap a little story about a punk named Steve. Scrawny little weasel like you wouldn't believe. He's a conniver, a lowly-ass driver.
Oh, man.
Just looking at his face, he makes me want to heave.
Hey, stop being so dumb and just stay!
Let's talk about the people that I've met in this town. Some are good, some are bad, and plenty are down. We got those who are scheming, and those who are dreaming. Yes! I hope it's in your love, not toxic waste that I drown.
That's what I'm talking about.
I say ass, you say white.
White!
I say ass, you say
White!
I say
Ass!
you say
White!
I say ass.
Ass! White!
That's right.
That's wrong, dude. I thought we were bros.
We are all survivors in this town without pity. Some of it is ugly, but there's plenty that's pretty. Day or night, every weather, we're in this together.
Yeah!
It's a lesson I've learned as a pilgrim in the city.
Testify! Not bad, Aiden, my man. Some of your rhymes were busted, but nice try. Come sit back down.
Swear to God, it's still the first thing I think of every day.
That's what I call an unforgettable performance. Gotta admit, when I asked you to sing, I was yanking your chain. But that was perfect.
You're gonna tell me what I need to know, or I'm...
Oh, right away. No further delay. Fine. Your Bobbsey twins hired me to make sure they and their kid got to the Colonel safely. Paid well, easy job, really. But we ran into a peacekeeper patrol along the way. Nasty bunch. Your boys freaked the hell out, worried about the kid, and had me leave them right then and there. I mean, what do I care? They paid me up front.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
You sure?
Believe me, I'd love to drop another quarter in the jukebox for one more song. But I'm being honest here. That's all I know.
All right then. Tell me where you left him.
There's an old coffee shop, not far from here, by the off-ramp from the E12, by a metro stop. You can figure it out from there.
Whenever Matt wanders the canteen, Juan gets up and leaves. Seriously. Isn't helping anyone.
How you doing, Aiden?
Take heed and bear. I recognize you. You are Aiden. I, as I'm sure you well know, am Regis, the Herald. I behold and recount all that goes on in this city.
Herald? Is that a real job?
Not only is it real, it is of the utmost importance. Since the fall of traditional media, where else would the citizenry get their information?
Yeah, I see. What were you before this? Farmer?
Bite your tongue, sir. I was a former VNC News Editor-in-Chief. A most trustworthy and well-informed source of the day's news.
Is this why you're standing in the shadow of the VNC tower? Do you miss bossing people around?
Let's see if you know more about the good people of Villador than simply to mock them. I have 4 simple questions to ask you about some of our more interesting citizens. Answer them correctly, and I will believe you a worthy member of our community.
Sure, I've met a lot of people.
Your first question, then. Who is the shadowy figure that pulls the strings in the bazaar? A dealer in, shall we say, ill-gotten goods?
That can't be anyone but Dodger. He's a bastard, but charming. Yeah, weird hobbies.
Precisely! You're off to a splendid start. Here's your next question. A rather comely woman works at the library. But I, Harold, knower of a great many things, cannot recall the fair damsel's name. Do you know it?
I know exactly who you mean. That's Thalia.
Indeed. Perhaps you could introduce me to her. Sparker's not really working for me.
Oof.
Forget I asked. Instead, here's a more appropriate question. Meyer is very even-keeled and thoughtful for a PK. But the mention of one person tends to trigger her. Do you know who that is?
I talked to her about it. Her father.
Correct. The poor woman. She doesn't just have daddy issues. She seems to have an auto-renewing subscription. Final question, good sir. I have learned that Driscoll from the Carriers Guild has acquired an interesting nickname. Do you know it?
How could I not? I gave it to him. It's Professor.
So you see why I respect the man.
The guy's got an exhaustive and sometimes exhausting knowledge of the history of mail service.
Such a font of information. I shall tell his story to the people of Villador one day. You've done very well and answered all 4 questions correctly. Congratulations. Maybe now you understand the power of information. And to show you that I don't hold grudges, despite your initial contempt, I shall gift you with a very precious recording. The last minutes on the air of the VNC. Yes, Pilgrim. Information matters. Enough for some of us to want to give their life to defend it.
Thanks.
And don't forget to bear witness.
Of course.